Hello viewers, you're watching the Krasmodo channel. Monocars are a unique part of motorcycle engineering, blending features of both motorcycles and cars. Engineers and designers have long tried to create a two-wheeled, single-track vehicle that combines the simplicity of a motorcycle's design and seating with the comfort of a car. These things were mostly heavily covered with bodywork to protect the rider from splashes and dirt. I've talked quite a lot about monowheel cars in this segment. A hint should appear in the upper right corner. In this segment, I want to talk in more detail about the unique Dalnik motorcycle and the Czech designer who created it, Jan Andrele. Enjoy watching. Most people don't know the term Dalnik, which is undeserved. Dalnik is an amazing group of motorcycles that were designed and built over several decades in Eastern Europe, a so-called smart hybrid of a motorcycle and a car, combining the advantages of both, at least theoretically. Dalnik is not even the name of a specific model, it's more like the name of a class of vehicles which was given to it by Jan Andrele. This word implies that the vehicle is designed for long, comfortable journeys. The term Dalnik sounds similar to the word Dalnice, which means highway or motorway in Czech. Jan Andrele was born in 1900 in Vyškov, near Brno. After World War I, the young man became involved in aviation. First, he trained as a pilot, and a little later he became interested in engineering and worked at an aircraft factory. The idea to create this unusual design came to Jan around the 1930s. By the end of that same decade, he built the first working prototype. The heavily cowled Monocar was equipped with an engine from a Jawa minor car. It was a 616cc two-stroke, two-cylinder inline engine with a power output of 19.5 horsepower and a 3-speed gearbox. The Dalnik was 3 meters 75 centimeters long and 1 meter 20 centimeters wide. The machine weighed 395 kilograms and could reach a top speed of 120 kilometers per hour. In the early 40s, Andrele worked at the Zbrojovka Brno arms factory. Here, he would have the opportunity to bring another prototype to life in metal. This enterprise, founded in 1918, was engaged in the production of weapons, and in addition to its main activity, also produced vehicles. For example, from 1924 to 1936, cars were manufactured here. At the start of World War II, the enterprise operated at full capacity, making weapons for the Wehrmacht. Zbrojovka Brno avoided financial issues during this time, and besides meeting weapon production quotas, also had a development department. In it, designers worked on various prototypes and concepts. In 1942, one prototype was the military Dalnik motorcycle. This machine may look unfinished, but it's actually complete. The unusual layout and appearance may be misleading, but from a technical point of view, the Dalnik was a motorcycle. It was equipped with a single-cylinder, 250cc engine producing 9 horsepower. The frame of an interesting design rested on small wheels. What stands out are the car-like seats and the steering wheel. Despite its seemingly massive appearance, this prototype weighed about 120 kilograms. Several of these motorcycles were produced in 1942 for field testing. The military was not interested in the unusual design. First of all, Dalnik was significantly less comfortable than a car, despite all the efforts of Jan Andrele. Secondly, it fell short in terms of practicality, off-road capability, and performance compared to the standard motorcycles of its time. At that time, a hybrid of a motorcycle and a car turned out to be unnecessary for anyone. However, Jan took an important step toward realizing his dream. He created another design in metal and had the opportunity to observe its shortcomings in practice. One example of the 1942 prototype has survived to this day. It is located in the Technical Museum of Brno. After the war, Jan returned to working on monocoques. Some sources claim that several different prototypes were built. Marcel Malapetra's book Czechoslovak Motor Rarities notes that Andrili's ideas inspired several engineers and designers to present their own monocar designs in the 1950s and 1960s. These included Rad Kavacicek, Iri Stanecki, Karl Horak, Stepan Polak, and others. After the war, Jan built this machine. The Dalnik D06 was ready by 1959. The photographs show the design's evolution from a wire frame resembling the bodywork to the finished motorcycle. It is claimed that this prototype was equipped with a 1,200cc four-cylinder car engine. A question may arise, why did it take so long to create this prototype? The fact is that after the war, in 1945, Andrele returned to the aviation industry and to flying. Jan was chosen as the pilot from the company to deliver the plane to an exhibition in France. There, a certain person who had bought this very plane persuaded Andrele to make an unauthorized flight to Africa. The Czech authorities viewed their pilot's actions skeptically and accused him of treason and espionage. Jan planned to stay in France, but after 3 months, his wife persuaded him to return to his homeland. Back in his homeland, Andrel immediately ended up behind bars in correctional facilities. He initially faced execution, but they gave him a prison sentence instead. Jan was released from prison closer to the end of the 50s. And at the end of the next decade, he would leave Czechoslovakia on one of his creations and move to France. A little later, Andrel would meet Arnold Wagner, and they would become business partners. The name Arnold Wagner likely doesn't mean anything to you immediately. So this is the guy who organized the serial production of monocars at the company Paravis. The models of this vehicle were called Ecomobile, Monotracer, and Monoracer. And what's even more symbolic, the production of these modern monocars was moved to Brno in 2009. As for Jan Andrele, in 1982 he died at the age of 82. He devoted most of his life to creating a new class of vehicles that combined the advantages of a motorcycle and a car. Even at an advanced age, he found another monocar enthusiast to share his ideas and knowledge with. That's the story of Dalnik motorcycles, my friends. My story ends here. Thanks for watching and engaging with the channel through reposts, comments, and subscriptions. This was Crass Moto Channel with you. See you next time.